Hi, I'm John Meyer, and welcome to Hodos Ministries Locals. Jesus said that my kingdom is not of this world, it's from another place. That's what this community is about. It's about being citizens of God's kingdom here on earth with Jesus as our king. It's about figuring out how we are to live as ambassadors of Christ, as strangers in a strange land, as sojourners passing through, always being mindful of leaving in our wake that which is pleasing to God first, to always strive to tell the truth in love, to encourage one another in our walk as we travel, in the way. See, that's what hadas means. It's Greek for the way, to be mindful of that. It's His will to be done here on earth as it is in heaven. Uh, when I used to head up a men's ministry a while back ago, I would always remind them every once in a while that we're all crackpots. You see, we need to be reminded. What I meant by that was because of sin, we're all broken. And because of our breaks, our cracks, we leak. But the question is, uh, what do we leak out? As followers of Jesus Christ, God has filled these broken vessels of ours with His Holy Spirit. And hopefully, we go about our daily lives and He is leaking out of us to those we come in contact with. Uh, this also means we need to be refilled daily uh, from the true source. Uh, Jesus once said, as recorded in John, it says, on the last and greatest day of the feast, Jesus stood and said in a loud voice, if anyone is thirsty, let him come to me and drink. Whoever believes in me, as the scriptures has said, streams of living water will flow from within him. By this, he meant the Spirit, uh, for those whom would believe in him later would receive. You see, uh, here's a story that I've always liked to help illustrate my point here. It's called the crackpot story. There was a water bearer who had two large pots. One hung on each end of a pole, which he carried across the back of his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, and while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water at the end of the long walk from the stream to the master's house, the crack pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years, this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only 1.5 pots full of water in his master's house. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, perfect to the end for which it was made. But the poor crackpot was ashamed of its own imperfections and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived to be a bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. I am ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you. Why? Asked the bearer. Why are you ashamed? What are you ashamed of? I have been able for these past 2 years to deliver only half my load because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to the master's house. Because of my flaws, you have to do all this work, and you don't get full value for your efforts, the pot said. The water bearer felt sorry for the old crackpot, and in his compassion he said, as we return to the master's house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path. Indeed, as they went up the hill, the old crackpot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wildflowers on the side of the path, and this cheered him up some. But at the end of the trail, it still felt bad because it had leaked out half its load. And so again it apologized to the bearer for its failures. The bearer said to the pot, did you notice that there were flowers only on your side of your path, but not on the other pot side? That's because I have always known about your flaw, and I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path. And every day while we walked back from the stream, you've watered them. For 2 years, I have been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just the way you are, he would not have this beauty to grace his house. See, now my hope is that this community and locals will help in refilling you with God's presence so that you will share it and not keep it to yourself and allow the beauty of God to bless other people's lives through your cracks. So, welcome, enjoy, participate, encourage one another. But that's what this community is supposed to be about. Thanks for hanging out with me.